Welcome to ZoomTV, the show where we explore everything that flies, drives and floats and invite you along for the experience. We're going to give you some information and try and entertain you along the way. Well, the small car is back, and today, thanks to Total Nissan, we look at the most anticipated release of a small car, the new Nissan Micra.
Manoeuvring Micra in tight city traffic is just so easy. It's neat around corners, has an excellent turning circle and is quite zippy.
If you have a diesel engine, you may or may not be aware of the problems that can occur due to dirty fuel. Well, today, thanks to United Fuel Injection, Dan Paris introduces you to a filtration system that could save you a lot of money.
I found a piece of equipment that'll help you avoid the damage caused by contaminated fuel, and it comes from the workshop of United Fuel Injection.
And you don't want to miss our ZoomTV rewind. It's one of my favourite stories, a ride aboard the Channel 7 chopper above the city of Perth. The Channel 7 chopper is a 1987 Eurocopter AS350, or what is more commonly known in the aviation industry as a squirrel. Plus, we'll give you all the info on our 3 favourite events to do with things that fly, drive and float happening around Australia, as submitted by you. And we'll catch up with this week's City Toyota celebrity hitchhiker, who is Walkinshaw Racing V8 supercar driver, Lee Holdsworth. What was the first car you ever drove?
It was a Holden Commodore VK Calais, 5 litre.
So get ready, it's time for ZoomTV.
The much-awaited release of a new Nissan has brought us to Total Nissan in Cannington today. Now, they say that good things come in small packages. And in the case of the all-new for 2015 Nissan Micra TI, we can tell you that very good things certainly come in very compact packages. The MY15 facelift for the Micra brings with it a new bonnet, fresh headlights, redesigned front bumper with V-grille, revised tailgate and new wheels. These exterior updates give the 2015 Nissan a more distinctive look than before. And that new look continues inside, where there's a revamped centre stack, new instruments, modernised seat upholstery and other appealing trim changes. The flagship model TI that we have today, and which by the way is only available in automatic transmission, of course has Bluetooth and USB connectivity, a 5.8-inch touchscreen satellite navigation system and reverse camera. There really is so much packed into this beaut little car. This gives the top-shelf Micra a big lift in equipment and places it way ahead of many of the more expensive light cars on the market today. Nissan's proven 1.2-litre 3-cylinder engine continues to power the Micra, and this gives us more than enough power on city streets and further afield on the open road. Micra has always handled well, and this new model is no exception. It's nice and light, nimble and extremely comfortable. The suspension irons out any potholes or uneven surfaces extremely well. And unlike a lot of small cars, this one has plenty of head and legroom. Manoeuvring Micra in tight city traffic is just so easy. It's neat around corners, has an excellent turning circle and is quite zippy. Economy-wise, the official combined fuel consumption figure is 6.5 litres per 100 kilometres. Very tidy. Steve, for such a little car, there's a lot packed into it, isn't there?
There certainly is. We've got a 5.8-inch touchscreen navigation, electric windows front and rear, LED running lights, a terrific little package.
Just goes on and on.
It does.
Now, 3 fast facts. Are you ready, Steve?
I'm ready.
Fast fact number 1, warranty.
The warranty on the car is for 3 years or 100,000 kilometres.
Fast fact 2, servicing.
Servicing, you've got cap price servicing for 6 years or 120,000 kilometres, so it gives you peace of mind about what it's going to cost to maintain the vehicle.
For sure. Fast fact number 3, what is your favourite feature?
I think the reversing camera is a novel addition to a very small compact car, so you can park it in even smaller places than you thought possible.
The best place to see all-new Nissan Micra TI is at Total Nissan Cannington, part of Australia's largest automotive group, AHG. They're at 1251 Albany Highway, Cannington, or go to totalnissan.com.au.
Do you want to get more out of your diesel? Well, let the team at United Fuel Injection help you. They're the experts in diesel fuel injection, turbocharging and vehicle performance technologies. Make an appointment today and get more torque out of your diesel at unitedfuel.com.au. Now, the Nissan Micra is a pretty cool new car, but if you're not looking for a new car, then you can find a full range of hand-picked pre-owned cars at totalnissan.com.au. And don't forget, they're part of AHG, so you can buy with peace of mind. After the break, join me aboard the Channel 7 chopper for this week's ZoomTV Rewind. I've got to tell you, I took to it like duck to water. When I was a boy, which wasn't that long ago, my school was visited by the Channel 7 chopper. And since that day, I had a dream that I wanted to take a flight in it. Well, thanks to Channel 7 Perth, that dream is finally going to become a reality. And we are going to borrow the chopper and the pilot and take a flight over the Perth CBD. The Channel 7 chopper is a 1987 Eurocopter AS350, or what is more commonly known in the aviation industry as a squirrel. It's powered by a jet engine and has a rough range of about 600 kilometres, which allows the 7 News team to pretty much get anywhere in the metro area very quickly. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with how a chopper works, I'll give you a quick lesson. You see, the main jet engine, which is located there, powers the rotor blades, which provide lift and direction by tilting forward, back and side to side. The small blades on the rear are known as the tail rotor pedals. They provide horizontal thrust to oppose the main rotor blades. This stops the fuselage or cabin from spinning in the same direction as the rotor blades and allows the pilot to pivot the main body of the chopper at will. So now it's time to get on board with pilot Derek Doak and head over the Perth CBD. Come on, let's go, I'm excited.
Meet the Golf Departure today, cleared to Perth City, not about 1,500.
Derek, now I've got to say you've got one of the best office seats and probably one of the best jobs there is. A lot of people would have to agree with that.
Yeah, mate, it is a nice job. You get a good view, and it's there's lots of things I'm glad I'm not doing here.
Now, I've flown a model chopper, and I actually couldn't do it, so I couldn't imagine flying a real-size chopper would be any easier.
Well, yeah, actually lots of people say that model choppers are probably harder than the real ones. I'm not 100% sure about that because I haven't flown a model, but there's more to flying a chopper than there is when you're learning. Yep. To learn to fly an aeroplane, there's no doubt.
How high can a chopper actually fly?
This chopper can go to about 20,000 feet.
And how fast can they go?
We normally fly at about 110 knots, which is about 210 kilometres an hour, 205 kilometres an hour.
Now, the chopper's used for the newsroom, but you also use it for other things around the community of WA as well.
Yeah, so we do school visits periodically where we take one of the news guys or the weather or the sports people, and we go to a school and we have a talk with them. We show the kids around the chopper. Sometimes when we're on site on various jobs, we can help out with search and rescue and that sort of thing, coordination.
I wouldn't have appreciated before coming up here that you actually have a really good view. I mean, it's really clear.
Yep, and that's why helicopters are used the way they are, I suppose.
Sadly, every dream must come to an end, and mine has today. And with style, that was so much fun. Now, if you want to know anything more about the Channel 7 chopper, go to zoomtv.com.au. Now, I can tell you, I definitely know what I want to be when I grow up. What do people do that share a passion for things that fly, drive or float? They have events. And thanks to United Fuel Injection, here's 3 events we think you should attend. WA is the place to be if you're into the charging muscle of the Chrysler brand. All Chryslers are welcome on the day and the iconic American mark will be out in force. There's a show and shine, judging and trophies, Motorcana and family entertainment all day. It's happening down at the Perth Motorplex, Kwinana on Sunday the 17th of May and kicks off at 9 a.m. Celebrate 40 years of the McLean's Bridge display of classic and sport cars in Queensland. Take a drive down memory lane with one of the biggest and most impressive collections of classic cars in Australia. Learn about the evolution of motoring and check out some very rare machines at the Griffith University Logan campus in Meadowbrook. Bring the whole family for a great day of entertainment on Sunday the 17th, starting at 9:30 a.m. And in New South Wales, at the country music capital of Australia, Tamworth, it's the Shannon's Country Classic Motor Show. This is the premier motor show in country New South Wales, and there'll be plenty of classic, collectible and show cars, plus motorbikes will all come together for over 5,000 spectators. There'll even be local dealers and aftermarket specialists on hand to service your car. It runs over the weekend of the 16th and 17th of May. Each day starts at 9 a.m. and it's just $10 entry. So there's 3 of our favourite events submitted by you. Now, if you have an event coming up, we'd love to hear from you. All you've got to do is go to our website, zoomtv.com.au, click on the events page, tell us about the event, give us some pictures, some videos, tell us what's going on so we can help give you a plug. You never know, we might even come along. Whether you're searching for a top quality new or pre-owned vehicle or a factory service with genuine Toyota parts, then City Toyota is your best option. Why? Because they're one of the most awarded Toyota dealers in Australia. And as a 5-star customer service dealership, you can be sure the helpful and professional team at City Toyota will always find the right car for you at the right price with the best possible service. To find out more, go to citytoyota.net.au. If you own a diesel, don't go anywhere, because after the break, Dan Paris drops in and catches up with the guys at United Fuel Injection to get all the goss on their new filtration system.
About a decade ago, I finally bit the bullet. I threw all the camping gear in the landy and I hit the road for 12 months in search of a remote Australia. It wasn't really a road though, I must admit. Most of the time it was just a dirty old track. And although it was adventurous, the biggest challenge wasn't so much the crocs or the sharks. The biggest challenge I faced was finding clean fuel. I'm talking uncontaminated, free from any unwanted nasties that might have made their way into the mix without invitation. Water, for example, that'll make your motor unhappy. But I found a piece of equipment that'll help you avoid the damage caused by contaminated fuel. And it comes from the workshop of United Fuel Injection. So this is a fuel injection system, and that's where the contaminated fuel becomes a problem. How does this actually work here, Ken?
Okay, Dan, well, what the story is, this is what we're protecting. This is a common rail supply pump, and this pressurizes the fuel to between 1,800 and 23,000 psi. So it's going to travel along the pipe, into the rail, to the injectors. Tolerances are very, very fine. So any minute particles of dirt are going to create damage, and you're going to lose rail pressure or performance in your vehicle.
So fuel contamination isn't just confined to the bush. I mean, you can get it in the city too. I mean, what ways can you pick it up?
Well, absolutely, Dan. What you can do is you can pick it up through condensation in your tank. If your vehicle stands for a long time, best keep it full. The other thing is never fill up your diesel at a bowser which has just been filled up by a tanker, because it churns up the fuel and you get all that unsettlement and settle in the tank, and that will come through into your tank. So try to avoid that. And then, of course, there's always the rainy season. You're going to pick up water from all sorts of places inadvertently.
So this is it? I mean, there's not much to it, is there?
No, it's not, Dan. It's a very, very basic unit. It fits on a pre-made bracket, prefabricated bracket. Every time it fits nice and snug into that area. You wouldn't even know it was there. It is a very quality unit, but you can buy accessories for it. You can buy a hand primer if you were to fit it onto a truck, agriculture application, or your boat. You can also have a change filter warning indicator. If your filters does start getting blocked, it's got a little thing that pops out. The other thing is you can actually buy an accessory, a light, which goes on the dash. If water goes into the glass bowl, the light comes on and you know to stop.
So it's a warning?
So it's a warning, yeah. So that is an excellent accessory to have.
So why have you chosen this unit? Because of its quality?
It is quality. We are standard iron agents. It is a standard iron unit. We've got them on our vehicles. This one, as you can see, is a United Fuel Injection vehicle, so we wouldn't put anything else on or recommend it to any other customer.
It's the sort of thing that I guess if you had a little know-how you could put on, but it's probably best with well, you've got trained staff, haven't you? So
Well,
Bring it
you,
down.
certainly if you are up in the bush, you can order the kit
Yeah.
and fit it yourself. It comes with instructions. So anybody with a little bit of mechanical aptitude can certainly fit it himself. But we can also provide some added advice
Yeah.
once it's been fitted with regards to extra filtration, the type of vehicle, or any other problems you might have with your vehicle. So welcome to come to us to have it fitted.
Can I ask how much?
Well, actually, they are pretty reasonably priced. You're looking around the $300 to $380 for the kit, depending on the vehicle and the application. If you were to just buy the unit, obviously it's a lot less. Give us a call and we'll be able to quote accordingly.
They say prevention is the key to avoiding disaster. Disaster that is potentially expensive, and if it happens when you're somewhere remote, it's a big concern. If that's the case, this little investment could be worth its weight in gold. Now, United Fuel Injection have a reputation for their turbochargers and their fuel injection systems, and you can find them right here on the Great Eastern Highway. My suggestion, though, is to jump online. Go to unitedfuel.com.au or get on our website at zoomtv.com.au. You can follow those links.
I'm now joined by Jace, one of the winners of the Ian Diffin City Discount Tyres Performance Driving Day. Jace, how's the experience been?
It's been great, you know, learning new things and having fun at the same time. It's a blast.
I've noticed you're a P-plater. Are you finding that you're getting an experience you really can't get in any other environment?
Yeah, I mean, like my old man's here and he's, you know, he's like, oh, you know, you're doing pretty well, learning things that you wouldn't have learned on the road unless you're actually in accidents. So, you know, it'd be handy to know that.
It's nice to actually get a lesson without getting the consequence, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Now tell me about your car.
It's a bit of a project car for me, you know, doing things to it when I can. It's a 180SX with a front end Sylvia, so it's a bit unique.
What do you love about your car?
It has to be the turbo, always the turbo. You know, when it kicks in, it's just the best feeling.
You'd be driving along, wouldn't you? And all of a sudden it kicks in, you feel like $1 million.
Definitely.
Well, I tell you what, mate, congratulations. Get over there and keep enjoying the day.
Thank you very much.
He's been doing well on the V8 supercar circuit, but how does he go on the water? Up next, we catch up with this week's City Toyota celebrity hitchhiker, Lee Holdsworth. Welcome back to Zoom TV. I'm now joined by this week's celebrity hitchhiker, Lee Holdsworth. Thanks for coming over to WA.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Tourism WA have chucked a challenge at you and two fellow competitors. How was it on the water in the jet boat, and was anyone doing anything controversial out there?
It was not my first time out on water. I've got a boat licence, so I had a bit of a go. My aim was to throw Dave Reynolds and Dale Wood out, but they had their seatbelts on, unfortunately. So that was good fun. We had a great time out there.
Your career has, in a short term, you've done a lot. It's fair to say that, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's I haven't had as many race wins as I'd like, and I haven't won a championship in V8 supercars, but you know that's still on the bucket list. And this is my 10th full-time season in the V8s. You know, and before that I was racing development series. Before that I was in Formula Ford and then go-karts. I started in go-karts when I was 7 years old. So it's been a long career. You know, 23 years or 24 years, and been awesome. You know, I'm living my dream. Not a lot of people can say that in their life, so just enjoying it, and obviously always want more. So you know, hopefully plenty more wins to come.
Hopefully you can bring some joy to the weekend and win your race for a few fans.
Well, that would be nice. We always get a huge support out here, and you know, Barbagallo is a great little track for the spectators to come. They sit up on the hill at the last corner, and you basically get to see 3/4 of the track from one corner, and that's what makes it so good. And plus, you know, the racing there is always intense, and plenty of passes, and it's a high degradation circuit. So, you know, some people's tyres go off a lot quicker than others. So the guys that start up the front might have a car that's set up to use their tyres a bit harder than the guys that, you know, didn't qualify so well. So you always get a lot of racing around there, and great spot for the spectators to come and yeah, enjoy Perth.
Now, Lee, I'm going to ask you to take part of the Fast Five. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
Okay. What was the first car you ever drove?
It was a Holden Commodore VK Calais, 5 litre. I was a big Brock fan, so I got the Brock kit put on it, and yeah, it looked the goods.
The ladies love it.
Oh,
The
yeah,
ladies
they
love
did.
the VK.
Well, I thought they did, but then I learnt later in life that they don't actually like cars.
And what car do you consider to be the worst car ever made?
The Ford Taurus, horrible looking thing.
Yeah.
In Australia, we just couldn't pick up why anyone would actually buy that.
Now, what is your opinion of the best car ever made?
Best car ever made was the Chevy Corvette ZR1. I had a chance of driving it a couple of years back out at Lakeside, and the thing is just amazing.
It's amazing how the Americans can do something so bad.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
something so good.
So true.
Okay, now
So
what
true.
car do you currently drive?
I drive a Holden GTS,
Of course you do.
HSV, so one of the perks of the job.
Yep.
It's a beautiful machine.
Has it got a couple of little tricky buttons that you just get to flick every now and then?
When my race engineer isn't busy, I get him to sneak out to the car and put a little different map in there and give me a few more horsepower. They do that in the race car, so why not in the road car?
There you go, there you go. Now, last question, the big one. What is your biggest fear?
Sharks.
Really?
Hate sharks. I was even worried when we were on the boat here if I got flung out that I'd get eaten by one.
No, there's no
I
sharks
heard
in
there's
this
some
one.
bull sharks out
They're
here.
all bogans. They're all bogan sharks out there. They're going to be fine. As long as you're not
Right.
carrying any alcohol, you'll be fine. Lee, you've been a good sport. Thanks so much for coming on the show. Now, if anyone wants to follow you or find out more, where do they go?
Go to my website, go to leeholdsworth.com.au, or you can go to my Twitter, which is @leeholdsworth, or Instagram, @leeholdsy4.
You got it all. You got it all.
So yeah,
Or
there's
Tinder.
plenty of different ways.
No more Tinder
No,
jokes.
no,
I'm
no
joking.
Tinder.
I'm joking. If you want to find out more about the show, go to zoomtv.com.au. Don't forget, if you've got an event coming up, we want to help you give it a plug. Go to our website, click on the events page, tell us about it, invite us along. You never know, we might turn up. Until next week, bye for now. And remember, whatever you do that Zooms, make sure you
Keep it safe.
do it safe. Do it safe. Do it safe. And that's a wrap.